We're just gonna start.
We're just gonna. Oh, is it started already?
Yeah.
We're just here. What's up, guys?
I almost kind of want to point the. There's a, what do you call that? A sunroof up there, and it's like storming really bad outside right now. So we're
At least at the bottom of the swimming pool.
easily amused, to put it that way. But yeah, so audio-wise, I try to get stuff fixed, and then we have like a tin roof that's getting rained on right now, so I can't win for losing audio-wise.
We just can't win with the
You
audio.
can
But
actually put that down a little bit more.
There we go.
There we go, perfect.
Bane brought some equipment with him. Explain what you got here, Bane.
All right, so same camera that we've been using. I put some more fuzzies on top of the wind mics or whatever, but obviously we can't test that out today because it's just raining really hard. So what I did was I brought my Rode Wireless Go. Again, links will be in the description when I get a chance to put it in there once I get back home and all that kind of stuff. So I'm actually using, like, the app itself can use the phone as a microphone. So ideally we have two wireless microphones going on right now for the broadcast. So it should sound pretty good. This is the iPhone 11 Pro Max. It has pretty good recording capabilities, but I'm gonna actually take this off real quick and show you. Like, this is what's really cool. It's like $30, Amazon, B&H Photo, all those different kind of places, but it's the Rode Wireless Go. And so it's just a little square. So I take this fuzzy off.
Look at that. You thought it was round.
Yeah. And so there's this piece here to where I love it. I have a black one as well, and I use this microphone all the time. It's so stinking convenient. It's ridiculous. You can literally just clip it onto a shirt and you got good audio. In this case, this is an accessory to where I just put it on to the stick here, put the wind muff on it, or windscreen, whatever you want to call it, and now I have like an interview mic. But in our case, like, Tony can use it. He's got a really solid audio now. And then I'm usually always holding the phone monitoring the live stream anyways, so my audio is gonna be pretty good hitting the microphone on the iPhone. So it's two wireless microphones it's just such a super cheap setup. Well, I say cheap, the phone's not cheap, that's for sure.
Yes.
You could use
All of you watching are probably watching this on the phone.
But yeah, you could, everybody's got a smartphone of some sort. You could even use an iPad if you wanted to for this whole setup. So I love using this camera. It's the Mevo Start. We actually used it at a wedding this last Saturday. And we used the camera with a different wireless microphone, but we could easily have just used the same microphone for that. And it just works well. It's actually, like, the Rode Wireless Go is probably one of my top favorite tech or gear purchases that I've ever bought. Like, I love it that much. It's I wish I was sponsored to say all that kind of stuff, but you could support with the affiliate link. Yeah, not yet. Rode is actually pretty good with content creators, so maybe one day I'll get up with them. But so that's the setup that we got going on now. So let us know what it sounds like if you like the quality over what we've had in the past. It's been a struggle. There's improvements that I could say that I would want from the camera.
It's so dark outside, the lights turned on, the street lights.
Yeah, it's pretty dark out there. It's rough. Like, I drove here and made it in time before it just unloaded. But the topic of the day, as you can tell from the title, is using TikTok for businesses.
TikTok, guys, that's right.
It's something I need to do more of on TikTok. There's so many different ways that you can do it. It's short form video format to where you can do how-to stuff, you can do tips, advice. There's a counselor down the hall from Tony that started using it, and he actually got some inquiries for his services by using TikTok. So TikTok, like, as a consumer, I get lost in the TikTok rabbit hole almost on a nightly basis. I think it sounds bad, but last night, probably spent an hour on there just flipping through the videos because it's just so funny, like, some of the stuff.
I don't mean to brag, Bane, but I have 153 followers on my TikTok.
Oh, nice, man. It's growing. That's good. It's on the upside. Yeah, but so I watch TikTok for the funny stuff, but there's also tons of content creators out there that are making, like, how-to videos. There's photographers out there making how-to stuff with how to do cool stuff.
It definitely challenges your creativity.
Yeah,
you see some serious in
but
60 seconds how much you learn.
Good stuff.
Yes.
And then what's been interesting to me is the creators that I come across the feed. It's like all backgrounds. There's you would think it'd just be young people, but I see
started off with just young.
Yeah, but I see just as much older people without. I don't know what age groups like specifically.
It's a wide range now.
But like I see hardware, like construction workers or handymen doing stuff. Cooking
whole
so
recipes
much,
in 60 seconds, start to finish, cooking recipes.
So and then the counselor down the hall, like he's what's his name?
Cogito Mental Health, right down the hall from me.
Like he just did short little tidbits about like stigma topics or like things about depression, men in depression. You know, there's all kinds of little topics and series that you could talk about and upload it to TikTok, and it's just another way to expand your reach and to reach other clients. And like honestly, like sometimes like I don't go to TikTok necessarily for like a specific reason. I just know I'm going to be entertained or learn something.
Mm-hmm.
So the chances like you could pick up a new audience just by that.
Yes.
It could be regionally or it could just be on a worldwide level, as a matter of fact. But that's the thing I like about TikTok is like it's short form. It takes effort. It does take some planning and stuff.
Effort and creativity behind it, yes.
But it's
all you get, guys. It's 60 seconds. People are always asking me, how long should my videos be, Tony?
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever you're comfortable with. But TikTok challenges your creativity. It's 15 to 60 seconds, and that's it. That's it. You got to put it together. Now, a few tidbits on the digital side of it. First of all, Bane touched it a little bit earlier, whether it's locally or nationally. TikTok right now doesn't have like a way where you can just geographically only have a certain amount of people watch your videos like you can on Facebook type of deal.
Can you tiktok videos?
Yes, you can. What's made TikTok so famous and strong, besides, if you guys remember the Vine's kind of like the Vine. TikTok's like the Vine and Instagram put together.
Mm-hmm.
You can't regionally lock it, so a lot more people, just those in Dothan, are going to see it, even though hashtags do have the hashtags. Mm-hmm. I was learning work differently, but this is we could do a lot of stuff on this. Anyway,
right.
It's for engagement. Brand awareness is great for TikTok, letting people know what exists out there for that brand. Now, if you are a new user of TikTok, I'm going to give you guys a disclaimer here with it. Other apps or programs that you use on your computer, on your phone, especially apps on your phone that you download Facebook, download Twitter, download your banking app, whatever it is, they all collect data on you, especially if it's an entertainment-based app. They all collect data on you and be like, all right, this is Tony. Tony likes X, Y, Z. And then immediately they're going to display what you like. TikTok actually doesn't do that. It does a blank slate on you. So don't be shocked or drawn off by what you see as popular, because you have to train the algorithm, you have to teach TikTok what you like type of deal. Mm-hmm. But for business purposes, it's still a very, very young app. It sounds like a lot. It's already over 1 million downloads. When you look at it versus YouTube, Twitter, and all that, it's a small platform still. Plenty of room for your business to grow on, and definitely great for you to learn just how to create in general. Mm-hmm. Everything you need to do on TikTok is right there. Editing software, verbiage, pictures. It integrates real well with everything. Sharing is exceptionally easy.
Graphics, you got music. You can actually use copyrighted music.
Yep.
Like that's something you can't do on YouTube or Facebook because you'll get flagged and all that kind of stuff. So that's a huge benefit. If you like certain popular songs, you can actually use it with your TikTok stuff. So my point with the embedding a TikTok video is blog posts. So blog posts can be indexed.
Yep.
So
on Google.
Right. So you make your blog post, you make a paragraph or so about the content or what the video is about, then embed that video onto that blog post, and now you have an indexed video. Mm-hmm. Like even though you treat each social platform individually, you don't want to just copy and paste over each single one. I mean, it can be similar, but you don't want to treat it the same way.
They all have their tactics. They're similar, but they're still different, especially in a local SEO for your small business bases. It's spreading yourself out on multiple platforms.
So, with that said, it does. If you're going to use TikTok as one of the ways that you want to communicate with your audience, you could put it to a blog post. If you want a longer form kind of thing, what you could do, you could use TikTok to your advantage to where maybe you do the short form of the topic that you want to talk about, but then on YouTube or Facebook, you have a longer form video
which a lot of these artists do.
So it's kind of like that tunnel effect. It's that kind of just you want your destination, but how are you going to get those like different kind of vehicles to that destination? So usually what I recommend, I'm sure Tony would agree, is like your website should be your destination.
End result, yes.
So because you can index it on Google, you got a lot better search results and things like that. So you could use YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, whatever else that's out there. There's a lot of different ways that you could do it. But use those platforms to drive, like use those as vehicles to drive to the destination, which in my opinion should be your website, because that's where you want traffic to show up from. That's where you want Google to start boosting you up in the search rankings and things like that. So those are just some ways that you could definitely use TikTok to your advantage. If you're, I mean, there's people doing super simple stuff, like literally just talking in front of the camera, and they're getting a good audience. So just communicating your message, being confident in that. And like these videos, we do them live because we know we're going to mess up. We know that it's going to show basically our personalities, and it's going to show our flaws. Like, yes, I have curated, fine-tuned content out there, but at the same time, people like to see like the real side of people too. So like I've got Evergreen Creative Company, we're gonna edit stuff, but we're also gonna show you like we're real people. We got cool stuff going on. So like as far as Evergreen goes, we're probably gonna do some, like I'm gonna challenge myself, and Tony can help keep you accountable with that, is to start uploading some like short form different marketing stuff, like whether it's weddings or corporate type stuff. I can show that side. Like if there's a potential client could be out there watching TikTok and sees that content, likes it, and then they want to reach out. So
I know there's a handful of people here that use it, and by handful I mean literally probably a handful. 2 of them in this room.
So with that said too, a thought on the way over here when I was thinking about the TikTok side of stuff is that specifically talking to Dothan, because there's not a lot of TikTok creators, I should say, like that's even a narrower,
and we're behind the curve here in Dothan as it is.
So it's a way to get ahead of the curve is to, like you want to stand out from the crowd. That's one of the things that you want to do for marketing, period. So TikTok could definitely be one of those ways that you can start to do that kind of stuff with.
Just create the content. It's not hard to do. TikTok makes it real easy. Anybody can do it. Everything's built on screen on the app. So a lot like Bane, like you said, we make a video, we port it somewhere else. He uses Photoshop. I use Viva Video to edit our stuff and then produce the finished content. TikTok, it's right there, one app. You don't have to be migrating back and forth. Don't have to worry about downloading stuff, uploading stuff. It's there. There have been some businesses that have built their company off TikTok videos. The thing about it, TikTok now just got into the paid ads world, and that's the reason why I downloaded TikTok, was for research purposes. Right, but
research purposes.
And there's a dentist. Bane sent me an ad. Another one. I know there's a heart doctor. There's a lawyer, Attorney Tom on TikTok, that have grown their businesses on TikTok, and it's free. And the term free is funny in the business world because as a business owner, us two being the business owners, our time is worth something. So it's not technically free, but you're not paying another editor or someone to have to show up or you're just doing it. You're not wasting another employee's time that you have there. You can just do the videos right there, and you can literally grow your reach depending on the amount of effort that you are willing to put into the digital marketing world. You put effort into the digital marketing world, Google, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, they reward you with that free traffic, that potential customer base. Pretty good.
Mic drop, but don't actually drop the mic, please. I think we covered the bases and stuff like that. If you want more information about TikTok, if you need help with that, either one of us could help you in that direction. I'd be happy to set up an appointment.
That's what that thing's for back there. I just noticed.
Yeah, he's got his tripod already ready for stuff. And we can go to you, we can go to Miro City Coffee, meet downtown, do something like that.
We'd love to coach you guys on this, yes.
Yeah, because I think TikTok it's got such potential, especially in Dothan, like I said, for getting ahead of the curve that not a lot of companies are using it. And it's just a fun way. Like you can have fun with TikTok.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It doesn't help with the work. Now, what's funny is, like, with my clients, I worry about my clients a lot. I put more effort into my clients' content than my content.
Same.
Yeah, right? And so my stuff is good, don't get me wrong, but, like, when my clients are hitting over 800 views, 11,000 views, 1,000 views, and my content, I get in the hundreds, don't get me wrong. But their stuff gets this hits, and then they're getting engagement, and they're like, it's working. It's like, yeah. Robert, the owner Kajito, he was at the courthouse, and this older judge, like Robert's like, he's older, he's in his 60s, was watching his TikTok videos. And he was like, yeah, like Robert is basing himself as the authority in this area. Why? Because he's the one making the videos. Just there was in my Toyota training, my trainer always told me, does this car have a steering wheel? And I said, well, yeah, it does. He's like, well, it doesn't unless you point it out to the client. You make yourself the authority that car has a steering wheel. I literally sold cars to people that our Toyotas have a 3-point harness seatbelt.
Okay.
And like no one else had that, but us Toyota, every car has a 3-point. Sneaky sales tactics, but it's the truth. Robert has other therapists in this area that are his competition, but now they're making the content. So guess who's being talked about in his circles? People that can provide him clients, judges, people like that.
And like since the coronavirus outbreak and stuff like that, like a lot of companies have had to just get creative and get a larger footprint on the social media platforms and stuff like that, because you can't necessarily set up appointments like you could before. Like we're kind of in this like weird, odd area or like time right now to where you just have to diversify yourself a bit more and try new things. And sometimes that stuff works out really well for you. But yeah, again, like if you want help with the TikTok stuff, I'd be happy to talk to you. Tony would be happy to talk to you.
Yes, I would.
It'd be fun to set up that appointment. And honestly, like, you know, as far as services go, like this could be a service that you could hire us on to do to help you out with that kind of stuff too. We're happy to help, but if you want to go beyond just like initial setup kind of stuff, we'd be happy to even film and coach you on that kind of stuff and get stuff going.
And if you want to as well, you could follow me on TikTok. Oh, that looks terrible. Never mind. You can follow me on TikTok at hi Tech Tony. What's your handle, Bane?
I've got evergreencreative.co and also Joshua Bane. But I've been mostly a consumer on those. So like I said, I'm challenging myself to start using it more. But it's just gonna be worth trying to upload that kind of stuff, and I think it'd be a fun way to get that kind of stuff done. So just to close out, if you want to be on the show, we'd love to have someone chime in. Who's gonna be the first one? Like we need the first person.
We're popular too.
Let's mix our audiences. Like this, like that's the intention. It's not to just have someone on the show, but it's like a way to reach our audiences, cross over to each other's audiences, and grow and potentially get new clients because of reaching into someone else's audience pool. If there's a topic, if you got questions, you got marketing questions, whatever it is, we're here to try to help as many businesses out as possible. Again, it's the Dothan Biz Talk show. You can use the hashtag Dothan Biz Talk, and we'll see you next time. We got some cool plans coming up.
Yes, we're gonna get some people on here.
Yeah, we need more people to show up. I mean, for the most part, it's been every Wednesday at 1:00, so that's what you can expect.
That's true. Yes.
And that's what we try to do is have at least that one consistent thing on all our platforms.
On your business
like
day.
This week is on Tony's Facebook page. Next week will be on Evergreen, so we just flip flop every time.
Yeah. So make sure you're following Evergreen Creative Company so you won't miss next week's show.
And you've been uploading these to YouTube as well, so you can actually follow the YouTube channel they just got. I think what I'm going to start doing, like I love podcasting. Like podcasting is something I want to try. In my personal brand, it's like a creative entrepreneur journey kind of thing. So I'm going to...
I actually have someone right now writing my podcast for me because I'm not very good at English.
But my point is like I'm going to start taking these, like spreading these messages out. So I'll have like a normal podcast format, but then like this will be its own segment in that podcast. So I'm going to start working on that. And again, I got those workshops that I referred to last
That's
week.
right, yes.
So
Talk about those.
those are still it's still in the planning process and getting the different connections, and it's just in the works. I don't have any solid dates yet, but it's definitely going to happen. It's going to be real estate photography for realtors, creative tips like 101. That's for photos and videos kind of stuff. And then I've also got a live streaming workshop in the works as well.
Oh shoot! Here, speaking to the mic.
so if you know the reference, let us know to that. But yeah, like that's stuff in the plans. That's in the tools to start helping out. I've also had a lot of inquiries about like video editing coaching, so that's something I'm also working
TikTok
on.
videos. I've seen some guys do that.
It's I know there's a couple kids that are interested in that, but also I've had adults approach me about classes or coaching sessions and things like that.
Don't
So,
approach me for those classes. I donated him for that.
yeah, so that's what's in the plans. But yeah, now I got to try to survive the rain to go to my next appointment.
Have fun.
All right, everybody have a good week.
What's the range and diary?